So what's up, guys? Your boy's back, Sachaee Singh, doing a collab finally. I know some of you have been asking me to do it, and you know what? I'm back with Sachaee Singh right here. So what we're gonna talk about, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing. We just made a collab earlier. Check his out. It talks about toxic masculinity and what actually it means to be a man. So comparing alpha with beta. Check his video. It's gonna be dope too. But make sure you finish this one before you go to that one. Or it's either or, it really doesn't matter, right? So what we're going to talk about today is how men are simps, how we are no longer men, and how we are putting women on a pedestal. In no way, I know there's going to be a lot of people attacking me for this, but I like to clarify that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with liking a woman, trying to make a girlfriend, trying to get married, anything like that. All I'm trying to say is we've put women at the high focus of our life. We need a girlfriend, all the stuff people download, OnlyFans, even Sachaee's video blew up. He talks about farting ASMR, how people viewing stupid ass shit like that, right? And to be honest, when women do become our main focus, it becomes a huge distraction, right? It becomes a distraction from us working on the gym. It can be a distraction for us working on our school. It can be a distraction for us trying to make YouTube videos. It can literally be a distraction for everything. And to be honest, as society, it's really messed us up. And before I cover too many points, I'll let Sachaee cover what he has to say. So Sachaee, take it forward.
Yeah, so I agree with what you say. Like women, like we put them on a pedestal, right? Like this whole, like these simps, like, or like even like white knights and just all these kind of people, like you see, especially on the internet. Again, the internet's a mess, but like my video was talking about, like we put farting ASMR. Like, how is that a thing? Like, I'm sure, like if that's a thing, sure, right? And like a couple of people like it and stuff, right? But there's like 20,000 people watching that and shit. Like these women, they make a lot of money. And I didn't even mention like the donations part of it, but like these women, they make so much money off like literally just being attractive, doing, just being attractive. That's all, and then they make money off it, right? And it's like really like men are in like such a sad state right now where we are like simping like just all the fucking time. Like how like it's just like we're buying like OnlyFans models. Like how is that a thing? Because men pay for it, right? And I'm sure there's women paying for it too, but I think the majority of it is men, right? But it's just like really, and like I think social media again like has kind of like messed it up a little bit too, because like women nowadays have like a lot of options, right? Like they can have like they'll probably have like at least like 30-40 guys in their DMs, while us guys, we got like we don't really have girls in our DMs. Like no girls aren't gonna go around like to guys and like DM them first and shit, right? That just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I think because of that and stuff, right? It's just like I don't know, like, and men are like horny and shit, right? So it's just like I think it's just like fuck, we gotta get a girl, we gotta get a this, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know, like cause I was really down bad, right? In like 2020, right? Because I was like, I'm 19 at the time, right? I was like, I'm 19, never had a girl, never had sex, none of that shit, right? So I was like, all right, bro, you know what? I'm gonna get fucking Tinder. I'm gonna like start talking to girls. I'm gonna do all this shit, and I was like obsessed with that, right? My whole mind was literally just thinking about fucking girls like 24/7, and that was not a good place to be because I was just like, I wasn't treating them like humans. I was treating them as like above me
Project.
even, Yeah, objects, I guess, kind of too, right? But I don't know. It's just like I had them like up here. Like I should just treat them. I'm like, I wasn't like thinking about them as humans. I don't know. It was a really bad place, and I was just like on Tinder and like all these dating apps for like months, and I was just like, and these like all these apps, they aren't good for men, right? In most cases, right? They aren't really built for men, and like, cause even men like outnumber girls like 5-1 on these kind of apps and shit, right? And again,
Yeah.
so it's just like, and like women on there have so many options, so they don't have to treat like men respectfully or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
it's just like that kind of shit, like it hurts, it like affects your mental health and like all the shit, it's just I was in a really bad place when I was just like obsessing over girls and shit, right? And
Yeah.
after that, after whatever a couple of months, then I was like, what, fuck these girls, yo. let me focus on myself, let me improve myself, like start I don't know, I haven't really done anything, but I'll just like focus on myself, right? And I think that really helped me, just my mental health wise. I started focusing a little bit more on school. Well, I don't really care about school, but I've been like more focusing on YouTube and just like bettering myself, being a better human, and I think that really helps. And let
Yeah.
me give it back to Jathan because I talked for like fucking like 5 minutes or whatever, but like I don't know. How do you feel about all that?
Yeah, to be honest, I can kind of relate with you. So, to be honest, there was this other chick that was messaging me and all this stuff, right? My ex tries to message me here and there. A couple months back before I was doing retention, even. That's why I always push people to do retention, because it totally fixes up your mind compared to what society, social media, and all that stuff does. Because definitely, once people do have that experience, oh, this feels so great. 5-6 years later, you start to be like, you know what, this is actually fucking up my life. So to be honest, after, like, I would literally get messages from girls all the time, right, on Instagram, right, like posting stuff, right. I would literally go in to text just so I could spend some free time. And you know what, it's just freaking time waste. You don't get no shit from that, to be honest. So after I stopped texting, I started going to the gym. I worked on my meditation, right? Much more consistent on my YouTube videos, much more. I started posting way more on my YouTube. That's the only reason I literally do. To be honest, all I can attribute it to you too, because I met through you. But to be honest, after I was doing retention, I started to post more videos. And to be honest, it's pretty sad, because as a society, women, because of society and because of men simping, women have resorted to making pages like OnlyFans and stuff, is because they make money doing that. So society is definitely proven to push women to do stuff like that, and it's quite sad, to be honest, because we are even talking about the expectations and stuff, and this is always to talk about in different videos, but it's actually sad, man. Like, women should not be that, and that's to be honest, I'm gonna talk about from personal experience. When you put a woman on your top priority, on the top, like I'm literally talking top priority. To be honest, your woman is a priority every single day. If you have a girlfriend, you come and you meet her and you spend an hour for, even at the end of the day. Like I've even mentioned in my video, in my different videos, work on yourself, go to the gym, do your work, stop like freaking checking your phone. Oh, she texted me. Okay, boom, I'm gonna text her back, right? No. Right. What I do is I'm so busy. I get up. I'll honestly speak. I get up. I watch some sports games if I have a day off. Watch some sport games. Let's say I have work. I go to work. I feel like shit. I'm so tired, right? But no, I go to the gym. I'm so damn tired. I eat my breakfast. I drink my shake. It's 10 o'clock at nighttime. Boom, I go back to sleep, right? Let's say if I had a girlfriend, right? And some girls get pissed off from that. Some girls will get pissed off from that, like especially if you have a girlfriend, if you start changing towards doing that behavior. But to be honest, lots of women like men that are on their grind, like an actual man, like that's on his grind, not like simping behind, like going through messages. Girls don't like guys like that. Girls like guys that are actually on their grind. Once you stop focusing on women and women start to focus on you, you're doing good. And you know what the good thing is about being Sims is they're like, oh my god, I want to do, like guys are like, oh, she looks so hot, I just want to do something. I don't want to be inappropriate, I want to do something. You guys all know what I want to do something means, right? And like they're talking to their buddies, like talking about like stupid ass shit, right? And when we go in front of a woman, a lot of guys, these guys can't even make eye-to-eye contact with women, and that's the same thing with women. So the thing is, we're not women, we can't really relate to them. They have their own issues too. But the thing is, men and women can't make eye-to-eye contact because it's tough, especially if there's a girl that you don't know, right? Because anything that if a guy looks at a girl, if a girl looks at a guy, what comes into our mind? Oh, this person's attracted to me, or he's thinking something wrong. So what I've noticed with when I was focusing on myself, on my grind, not focusing on doing on retention, I can literally make eye-to-eye contact with women without, like I don't have to look down at her and look, it's like straight eye-to-eye contact. So, and you know what, like if you think about it, women, yes, we can reproduce with them. There's stuff that we can do with them that we can't do with men. But if you think about it, they're just another human being. They're not like aliens. And to be honest, it's fucking messed up that most people, the way that we behave, it's kind of like, the opposite gender is like an alien. Um, I'll let you add on. I think I've spoken enough. I'll let you add on what you have to say to that. I think I spoke for like a couple minutes.
Don't worry,
But
man.
you know what?
I did the same
Energy
thing.
right there. That's energy right there. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think like this is especially like common with like I think like virgins or whatever, right? Or just like people that haven't really dated or like talked to women a lot. Like I think that's where most of these simps and shit even be from, right? Because that's why they put women on pedestals and shit, right? But if you've actually dated them and or like whatever, then I think they are just another human, and you see that they're really not like that. You shouldn't like worship them or anything like that. Like that's just fucking weird, right? And like you said,
Sorry, I just want to add. Sorry, I interrupted, but I just want to add it because you were saying like a lot of guys that don't date, but there are guys that do date and they're players, right? So, there are guys that just go around and like they're just like like dating a lot of girls, like doing being intimate with a lot of women. So there are guys that are still like that. I just wanted to say. I'll let you continue. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was saying like like those kind of men I think usually don't really like obsess over women too much, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really like the problem is like you shouldn't obsess over them, right? It's like they are humans, they are people, right? Just treat them like people, and then hopefully they treat you back like people, and like if they do, well, that's a happy ending, I guess. But I don't know, it really is weird, and I think another thing like to why I think men and shit like we obsess over them, like, or even I think even like women probably obsess over some guys and shit too, right? But it's like it's like all these like it's just like society, I think, like these movies, these shows or whatever, right? They're like, oh, you need a girl, you need to find true love, you need to do this, and then you'll be happy, right? And then seeing these movies and shit, it's like, oh, they're always unhappy when they're single and shit, right? They're like, oh, I'm single, or whatever. And I think that kind of like even like probably like affects the mind definitely, right? And it's just like men, or that's why it's just like, oh fuck you, we need a girl, we need a this, right? And I think, and another thing is just like for us men, it's like there's this pressure, right? It's like men are supposed to, it's like it's kind of like pathetic, even like if you don't, like if you're like I'm a virgin at 20, right? And that's not really like cool, right? Like the cool guys or whatever, they're probably like fucked at like younger ages or whatever, right? And they probably dated a bunch of girls. I think that's like the thing is like men like like respect people like that. They're like, oh shit, look at that guy, he's getting all them girls and shit, right? And it's just like when you're, especially when you get older and older, right? And you're still like you haven't like really talked to girls like that and whatever, right? I think that puts more pressure onto you, right? I think it makes you more insecure. I think it makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel all these kind of things, and that's why even these simps even exist, I guess, right? I don't know. It's really tricky. I think like people definitely should stop simping. Like simping doesn't help anyone, right? It's just sad, and I think people should like work on themselves instead of like trying to be like being simp super like just I don't know, like. It's just pathetic to me, like seeing simps and shit, right? It's just like, don't do that, bro. Like they're humans too. Don't fucking put on a pedestal or anything like that. No, just treat them like humans. And if they don't like you back, well, fuck them. Well, no, fuck them, but like, just like don't like obsess over them. Like, if they don't, simple. I don't know, but that's kind of what like I had to say on that. Like, do you have anything else to add? I guess
I'll put on some finalizing thoughts. So regarding being a virgin and even we're talking about toxic masculinity and stuff in your video, to be honest, anything that society expects from you, fuck it. I'm telling you guys straight. You see me? I'm telling you. 80% of what society expects from you currently during this time, oh, be nice, society says and stuff, right? I see so much hypocrites, right? Some stuff society expects from us is good, but most of it, screw it. Be yourself. You know what your higher conscience tells you inside? Do that. Don't hurt that. There's a soul we all have. There is a soul that we all have. You if you don't believe it, you don't have to. Don't do anything that hurts your own soul. Don't hurt anything that hurts your own self. Respect yourself, right? You're a virgin, right? You know what? A lot of people say that's pathetic and stuff, right? Somebody that doesn't fight, right? Somebody that doesn't go into their lustful urges. I'll talk about anger and lust at the same time. Let's talk about anger, and then I'll move over to the lust part. Let's say somebody's beefing around with you, or somebody's talking shit about you. If you go and you text them, be like, oh, you're saying this kind of stuff, right? Trying to be tough, right? You're a bitch. You're a bitch if you do that. Why do you care what other people say? Are you that weak that it bothers you? Sure, if somebody shoves you and stuff, yeah, you gotta punch them back. But most times you don't have to fight. What does society tell us as men to do? Fight. Don't have to fight. I don't go around messing around with people. Yeah, sure, before I did and stuff, right? But to be honest, I work on myself, right? Your eyes are powerful. If your eyes, somebody trying to mess with you, your eyes are strong, you're confident, you speak to them, you don't have to be like, right? You're looking at them like this, you're just like, look at that confident, speak, right? Easy to tame the person down. When it comes to virgin, I like why Sachaee mentioned that up, because I probably wouldn't have mentioned that if he didn't mention it. Being a virgin, it's thought about is if you have been with a lot of girls, and to be honest, guys that are with a lot of girls, and if girls like them, they're still being simps. Why are you messing around with a bunch of women, to be honest? First of all, right, like that is just objectifying them, right? Like that's objectifying right there. I don't care what anybody has to say. If you're doing that and if you don't even like the person, people don't even have friends with benefits. What the hell is that? I'm sorry to say that. What the hell is that? A lot of my viewers are right sick. They will understand this, and I know you will understand this too. Somewhere inside, you're probably saying, "Oh, don't say that. It's fine doing that." A lot of girls inside, you know that. I know. To be honest, inside deeply, you know that is objectifying right there. To be honest, being a virgin is not bad, right? You know why it's not bad? If you're simping, you're a virgin, you're still a loser, just like those guys doing a bunch of women that they don't even like. To be honest, if you're a proper virgin, you're working on yourself. You're waiting for that woman that's actually worthwhile being with. You've won your mind. Somebody who can win their mind and not play towards what society wants. You won the game, guys. That's what Guru Nanak says to us, our first Sikh Guru. He says, one that can conquer their mind can conquer the world, right? If you can conquer your mind, you've got the world kabu for yourself. Kabu means you've had it set, right? To be honest, if I wanted to, there's this girl that was talking to me a couple times ago, and you know what, it didn't work. So I was just like, she was quite touchy and stuff. No, I'm not gonna give her name. She's probably showing a finger to this. But to be honest, she's not my type. To be honest, if I wanted to, like, I could have done it, and maybe she would have caught feelings for me. But you know what, I don't have feelings, and I'm not gonna objectify her, because if I don't like her, I ain't gonna do it, right? So to be honest, that's power, holding on to that urge, not being like, she likes me, do it. And you know what, a lot of guys, they're playing with girls' feelings and stuff. To be honest, a lot of guys were hypocrites. To be honest, we objectify women and stuff, like, but if we have sisters of our own, or even cousin sisters, if someone were to do that to them, how would you like it? Right? You wouldn't like it, right? So that's where I have come to conclusion. If you're a virgin, don't worry. I hope this changes your mindset. And to be honest, just be on your grind, work on yourself, right? To be honest, you have yourself to start with, and you're gonna leave alone. So to be honest, even our parents, girlfriends, and all that stuff, this stuff's all temporary. Do something that when you go towards your deathbed, you're not regretting stuff that you couldn't have done. To be honest, if I were to go, I think I would be quite happy, 60% happy what I've done with my life. Most people, if you ask them, if I were to die the next day, it would be a bit soon, but I wouldn't regret it. I think I've changed a lot in my life in the last couple of years, but that's definitely a question to ask. If I were to go tomorrow, if I've always been simping around women, chasing women, it's just the same thing with money. People chasing money all the time, and until they die, and then that was their life, just simping over women and doing all that stuff. People even simp over their wives, like, please give me today this, that, right? People are even simping towards in their marriage, but to be honest, people in their marriage tend to do better off, because you actually see that person as the individual, right? You live with them all the time. But that's really my 2 cents on that. I hope put some understanding into you. I'm still working on myself. I'm definitely no perfect person. I'm working every single day to improve myself, and I would recommend you guys to check Sachaee's channel out. Man's almost at 500 subs before me. Grew a lot with that other video right there. Good stuff. I hope he keeps growing. That helps me push myself to grow too. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.